What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, the Lo-Fi Horror Guy, and welcome to another episode of the Lo-Fi Horror Guys going on you live. Today, I'm going to be having on my dude, Demián Rugna. I cannot wait. I am so excited. This is going to be such a cool opportunity to be able to speak with him. His latest feature is now streaming on Shudder. You can find Terrified, I believe in Spanish there it's Aterrados. Aterrados? Something close. I don't want to embarrass myself, but really cool movie. You have to check it out. Some certainly creepy elements, some cool practical effects. You have some really cool and effective visual effects as well. So this is going to be a lot of fun, and I'm very, very excited to get this bad boy on started here. So, all right, Demián, how you doing, sir?
Hi, Eric. How's it going?
It is going so well, man. Thank you very much. Thanks for bearing with me. I was the internet connection's kind of having a little bit of a spotty issue here today, but I think we're all good now. We're all good.
I don't know what really happened. So I saw a button here and just play, and I'm here.
Yeah.
Pop up.
Yeah. Not a problem. Not a problem. Yeah, and this
I've been watching your presentation about me. I've been here watching you and say, oh, okay, and say I push the button and plop. So
okay. Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you. You know, first and foremost, thank you very, very much for taking your time today. I really appreciate it, and this is cool. You know, are you currently in Buenos Aires?
I'm currently in Buenos Aires, yes.
Okay.
Just waiting for the pandemic goes off.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm still here. So I appreciate the chance to speak with you. So I appreciate your words about Terrified. Very happy to be here.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
sorry,
It's awesome.
my apology for my English, because I didn't speak a lot of English this year. You know, the COVID situation pushed me out of the work and with my friend in the States. So this year, almost, I don't know if really I speak more than an hour in English. All this
wow.
since
Okay.
a year ago. So sorry for my English. Maybe if we speak slowly, maybe it could be flow.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, not a problem. You know, honestly, the cool thing about having this opportunity and doing this is, you know, you being so far away from, I'm in Michigan in you know, the United States here. And so it's an amazing opportunity, and I just appreciate your time. This is so cool. So, you know, we'll get on through it, and you know, I'm very excited for this.
Great. I'm here for you. So
yeah.
Let's go ahead.
All right, so here on Growing on You Live, I have one, you know, introduction question, and then the remainder of the interview is about you and your craft, your career in film, and then I have one finale that I wrote just for this episode. So we're gonna go ahead and start with, if you know, my wife and I, we do we do some traveling. Okay, if we were coming through Buenos Aires, what is a local food staple or a local restaurant that you love that you would recommend us to go to?
This is I don't know, maybe I'm from Buenos Aires, but I'm out from the city, so in the outside of the city. So when you go to Buenos Aires, probably you won't be near my house, because I'm far away from the capital city. And in the capital city is a few restaurants to eat some meat. So, you know, here is a very popular meat, the cow. One of them is Siga la Vaca, so follow the cow is translated. Maybe this is more popular here, but I'm not a guy who goes to the restaurant a lot. So maybe I prefer to ask the delivery, but
okay.
yeah, maybe this is a popular restaurant here. You're gonna enjoy it.
Okay, cool. You know, and I think it's kind of one of the more fun opportunities of being able to speak from different people all over the world. You know, it's just being able to say, hey, if my wife and I are coming through, what is something cool to come and visit, you know, from someone who's near the area as opposed to looking online or at Google or something.
Yeah. There's another one here called the El Ferroviario. Is you're gonna get very good meat. It's a very nice place to eat.
Okay, okay, nice. Now, my next question being kind of along these lines, you playing in a band, what are some local venues? What are some local fun places that you guys in the band, before the pandemic, you guys got to play at?
You mean which place we used to play? That
Yeah, yep.
you Well, we used to play in local bars and
Okay.
taverns. You know, we are a underband, so underground band. So
Hmm.
we are not actually famous here. So we have maybe all our followers we can count with my own hands, including my wife, and including the wives of my partners, and. But we used to play in very small places here and small places, bars, and sharing with another bands and
Hmm.
the stage. I mean,
Right.
we're not famous here. We have the band. We play heavy metal music.
Hmm.
We have the band since um, eight 1998, I think, maybe 22 years ago, we made band.
Oh.
We have a gap in the middle, a 10 years gap. We separate because as you know, the art and the music the band is hard to reach to reach the target or to reach the goals with the band.
Right.
And maybe it's a well, you know, we separate a lot of years ago, and after 10 years, but we keep. I mean, we keep meeting with the guys of the band because they are my friend, my all life friend. We well, one day we said, what about we start again? So we rejoined again in 2004. So
Okay.
yeah, and we're
Okay. Yeah, you
still
know, and
playing again.
yeah, okay, I can totally agree with the fact of, you know, it's the fun and the passion and the good time in playing as opposed to, you know, having a huge crowd or anything. Myself, I play drums in a band, and you know, sometimes you have shows where it might be 3 or 4 people, but you know, it's just all the fun in it.
I suppose it was a problem here in Argentina, but you said in New York also you play for 2 people, 4 people.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to make a band together, which
Yeah. Yeah, that would be great.
maybe
That'd be
we
fun.
can add your 4 people with my 4 people, maybe 5,
We'll
and we're
sell
gonna
out the
get a
crowd. There you go.
stage.
Oh man! All right, so let's dig into a little bit in your interests as far as film. You know, what were earlier memories of your interests in movies? May it be, you know, even pre-discovering horror. What were earlier interests in movies?
It was strange because I owe everything to Chuck Norris. The movie
Nice.
Mission in Action. I don't know if in English it's the same name than in Argentine because
It sounds
a
familiar.
movie
Yeah.
called Mission in Action. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. It was our channel here and a famous channel here used to um, show that movie when I was a real child, 8 years old. Um, but it was a big problem. I can remember now if this movie was show us like a real shoot in the body of the people, the victims.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? When Chuck shoot them and real blood spread. I don't remember if this is the movie, but this is movie that brought me the violence when I was a child. So explosion, the guns, and then but the problem was the movie when the bad guy shoot and the victim really don't spread blood, because obviously there's a lot of movie that take care of that because of the PGM about the audience for the kids. When I saw a movie with a lot of blood, it was RoboCop. So I saw guys shooting, and really the dead body, the blood from everywhere. I said, I like this. So the first movie that I remember that give me the violence is my path was the Chuck Norris movie, and then the action movie where the blood is in the screen. I said, yeah, I like this. And about the horror movies, so I talk about violence and blood, but the horror movie I think is a mini series, and then it became a series called B. I don't know if I don't know how old are you, but it was an '84 real success of around the world, I think. But here in Argentina, it's called Invasión Extraterrestre. It's called like an alien invasion, but the real name in US is B. I don't know if you really know. I'm trying to find in my books if I have the lizards, the alien when they came with the motherships in the big cities, and they are like human, but they don't. They are really lizards, like lizards. So they get rid the skin, and behind the skin is a lizard. They
Oh my God!
Animals. They eat rats. They eat a lot of birds. It was really popular here. I think around the world also. I think it was the first. Okay, this is like a horror movie, and I am still a big fan of this miniseries. I'm not a collectionist, but I brought 50. I don't know how to say in English. It's a car collection in the 80s. So I recently bought a collection of these. I think this is who brought me the horror ideas, because when I saw the lizard, the alien lizards, get rid of the skin and eating animals. Then when I saw Friday 13 Part 3, it was the first one that I saw.
Nice.
It was the first of the Friday 13. Here in Argentina, it's called Martes 13. It means 13, because for the Spanish or South American, the bad luck day is Tuesday. So it's strange, but it's.
Oh wow! Okay, no, that's interesting. I never knew that. Wow. Okay, so that was the third movie was the first one that you saw then?
When the first movie that I saw of the franchise is
right.
The third. Then I saw the fourth, and then I saw the fifth, and after that I saw the two, because it was hard to find the part 2 in the in my video clubs. So I found it after that. But honestly, they are all similar. So there are different killers, but different killings, but they are so similar. Then. But I love that. I am a huge fan of Jason. I made a very bad tattoo here on my arm. It's ugly, but I made when I was 15 years old. When everyone saw when they saw my tattoo on my arm, they say, "What the fuck is this? This is Jason, man!" But this is like a stamp. They say, "This is not Jason. This is shit." No, this is shit. But I made it when I was very young because I'm a huge fan of him. I wrote when I was a child. When I was 12 years old, I wrote the biography of Jason. I made a very good analysis, I think. So I have the stats of him about his killing. How many people by film he killed, which arm he killed. Maybe he killed with an axe. Maybe when I have all the stats in a book that I made when I was a child. So it's shit. And once in my life, I get rid of this.
That's a bummer.
Trash. So I'm very sad about that.
Yeah, that's too bad. That would have been cool to have something, on hand, especially with it being something in your youth and still having that interest today. That's still cool that you did that though in that time, at such a young age.
Yeah, actually, I have a lot of comic that I draw. I have here. I was 10 years old, and I've been drawing Jason and killers when my friends were playing with maybe Transformers or maybe Thundercats. My hero was Jason. So my mother sent me to a psychologist when I was a child. What happened with my kid?
Oh no!
My psychologist said, he's okay. He's canalizing. He's pushing out the violence, his problems in his draws. This is okay, and this is beautiful because maybe it helped him for the future.
Yeah, it's an outlet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Now you had mentioned a little bit as far as with the Friday the 13th Part 2 not being very accessible. Tell us about some of your local theaters or your local video shops. Did you when you were coming up? Did you have like video rental shops that you would go and visit, or how were you finding some of the stuff that you were wanting to see?
Well, movie like Friday didn't really show here in a cinema, in a movie theater.
Oh, okay.
We could find it in video clubs, blockbusters. Not really in theaters here. The movie that used to show in theater here was A Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger's movie.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Really famous here, more than Jason. Jason was more for the cult people, freaky people. Freddy Krueger was maybe for big audience.
That's too bad. I always like Friday the 13th more.
Before?
Yeah. I like that one, but I was saying I've always liked Friday the 13th more than the Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
Okay. Yeah. But I liked much Freddy Krueger than maybe Pennywise. I hate Pennywise. I don't know. I think because when I saw Freddy Krueger, it's more like creative. I don't know, but it's so similar with Pennywise. That I said I hate Pennywise. I don't know. Maybe it's because Freddy came first in my life.
Okay, okay, I like that. When how about when you were going to a video club and you saw the different boxes? You know, what was a movie that maybe the cover art just drew you the first time that you saw it?
I think it was House. You remember the
Oh,
movie?
yeah. Okay, yeah,
House.
totally.
Amazing stories. It was another. Um, um, I think Reanimator. Give me a sec. Reanimator.
Okay.
There you are.
Ah,
It was
nice.
one of
Yeah,
the types
yeah.
that I said. Ah, so beautiful. And I think I have another here, maybe Maniac. It was a really nice one.
Oh man, is that a VHS?
VHS, yeah.
Oh wow, nice.
Howard, no, Howard. But I think it was yeah, House. I love the poster of House. It's like it's a cutted hand
Yeah,
pushing a ring,
yeah,
blowing. I love that poster. I
yeah. That
think
is
it
so
was
awesome.
very nice. Yeah,
I like that
I
one.
have my memory is a shit. My memory is not good memory. Yeah, maybe there's a lot of better poster that I can't remember,
That's
but
that's a good one. That's a really good. You know, that's a cover that I don't hear a lot. You know, I ask that question sometimes with some of the film guests on here, and that's never one that I've heard. And that's a really cool cover. I can definitely see that. If I would have saw that at a video shop, you know, I bought it years later, so I never saw it at a video rental, but. I bought it, and that was one of the things was the cover art with the skeleton hand, you know.
yeah,
Good one. Yeah.
good one. Yeah.
So what were your initial steps as far as being a fan of film into making movies, making shorts? What were kind of the first things that you did to start your career?
You mean which was the first inspiration? You mean?
Oh yeah, sure. Yep.
It
That
was
that along with how did you start making movies?
oh, making comic. Give me a second. I will show you my comic because when I try to explain it, you should probably won't understand. I will try. I will try to show you what it means about the comic when what I draw. Give me a second. I don't know how could you see?
Yeah, okay.
No, I think when I was a child, as you know, this is Friday 13, part 24. So, and there's a lot of you recognize him? Sorry, I don't know. You could recognize him? He's a Jason.
Yeah, okay, yeah, okay.
So, uh, well, this is my first step because I made a lot of comic like a movie. So I thought it was a movie because I brought all my comics when I was a child, when I draw, when I was a child, I give them prizes.
Oh, wow,
All
okay.
end of the year, I brought them. Okay, you won. You was my best comic this year. I brought him an Oscar, 1 Oscar, 2 Oscar, 10 Oscar, 24 Oscar. Even when I end this comic, I wrote directed the story and the direction of this comic was by Demián Rugna.
Oh,
Like a movie.
wow, okay. Yeah.
Even include in the middle of the comic, I've been drawing the trailer of another comic that I draw. So Otherwise, when I was a child, I thought to direct a movie, and I saw a movie like Alien, and I made a remake of my comics. I'm talking about when I was between 8 and 13 years old. After that, I studied comic like a drawer for the comics about 3 years, and then I go to the university to study sound and imagine sounds. It was no cinema. It was a career more like a video or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I start with my first short. And always, all my life, I used to, and I like to write stories. So I was the guy who wrote and directed the short movie for my group of students. And that was so I started my career with this shit. And I've been trying to improve it, making movies, making better stories than this. But my first steps was exercise for the university. So my first 4 or 5 short movie was in a VHS movie. All of that was an exercise for my university. And after that, I been showing my short movie in a popular film festival here called Buenos Aires Rojo Sangre. The people like it, my movies. I had the opportunity to develop my first movie called The Last Gateway. It's strange because it was a English language movie, but the actors were Argentinian actors speaking in English because the producer had the idea to sell the movie in some DVD market for B movies or low budget movies. He told me and said, "Okay, it's okay with your movie, but I need 2 big books, and I need the actors speaking in English." So I said, "What? Speaking English? Okay, well, give me money. I need the money for shooting the movie." So it was strange because I love the movie, but it was I couldn't reach big result with the language because there's not all the actors speak well in English. So maybe some guy speak like more English from England, another from maybe from France. For France, there's a pastiche of spoken actors trying to speak in English well, and this is shit. So maybe the disconnection of the movie is that it's not good decision to make it in English. But I love The Last Gateway. It was my first feature, and I think it was probably was more ambitious movie that I made.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna ask. Mentioning with The Last Gateway, what could you say was possibly something that you learned in making your first? Was your first short El Pacto?
Yeah.
Okay,
The Pact.
so
Yeah.
The Pact. Okay. What was something that you had learned in making your first short that made The Last Gateway a little bit of a less stressful situation?
Well, I learned a lot of things in that gap. I made a lot of short movie, but always I maybe the situation that I had was all of this depend on me, and I need to be the soul of the project. All of the people are trusting in me. When I made the last gateway, I had maybe 30 people, 24 technicians, and the actors, a lot of people trusting me. My first movie, I was really, I was like a kid because I had 25 years old, and I'm been making a very, it was a Lovecraft movie with the monsters. It talks, The Last Gateway talks about a gate that open to hell in the body, in the stomach of the main character. And if I compare my situation with my first short movie, when I made my first short movie, maybe it was me with my partner, who has the guy with the lamp, with the light, and me with my VHS, and 3 actors. But it was the same responsibility for me making the pact, my first short movie, than making my first feature. Maybe all the time I said that I learned is all depend on me. I need to have the responsibility, but the responsibility shouldn't be a problem, because maybe some directors the responsibility is like a lot of energy on that. Maybe it's a problem obstacle. I'm a guy who don't want to call the pizza, because maybe I don't know, the guy on the pizza, I don't want to call you, please, call you. But because I don't know, I have no courage for call to the pizza. But when I need to shoot movie, I'm the guy who's responsible with a lot of people. And I assume that because I'm making that I love. That's the difference. I don't love to call the pizza.
Whether it being a project where it's something smaller with just a couple of people, or a bigger, a production, having the confidence in yourself and knowing, your capabilities to, have the confidence in the project.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. I like that. That's good. That's a good point to be made, for sure.
Yeah, maybe when I shoot with the less people, I don't know. It's for me it's the same, but the people knows me more quickly when you shoot with a small team, with a small crew. Maybe we are honest each other quickly, and I like it. I like so much to work with less people. But for me, it's the same.
Sure. Okay. All right. Now, and moving along, and honestly, I'm probably going to have you on again at some point here, because I'd love to. I don't know why I didn't even think of writing questions about The Last Gateway, because what a damn crazy concept and movie. That movie was so wild. I don't know. I'm just looking at my questions and thinking, I was like, why the hell didn't I ask more about this movie? But you know what? I'll get in contact with you and I'll have you back on, and we'll just dig right into that bad boy.
Okay. Thank you.
So let me ask you, as far as with Terrified, what's the relationship with Tien Miedo and Terrified? Was it an earlier cut of it? Was it just an earlier inception of it?
I think it's your like you said, it's like inception idea on my mind for the next because when I made okay, Tiene Miedo is the original short movie of the Terrified movie for the people who don't know about that. When I made Tiene Miedo, I've been practice my edition software and said, well, some situation inspired me to shoot the short movie. The situation was I've been sleeping at night, and then I woke up and lights on, and I think maybe it's not really that happened, but I saw 2 foot walking through my room, but it was my imagination. So I said, okay, that not scare me, but I have an idea for a good movie.
Okay, yeah.
Then I called to my friend Demián I, who is an actor of Terrified. I said, what about if we shoot something, even if it wasn't a short, a scene in my house, in my bed, in my room. He said, okay, because maybe almost in that moment, all the day we meet or we join it to drink a beer, because he's almost a neighbor of mine in my same town. He's a big friend of mine. When I was 8 years old, I met him. A big friend of mine. Oh, wow. Even, well, we can shoot the scene, even we can drink a beer at the same time. So it was me and he, so only 2 people, the actor and the director. It was a technically, it was a shit because it's a VHS camera, mini VHS camera. I've been, the light was I can't remember in English, but it was a light from my bed. But
okay. Okay. It's like a
lamp.
lamp.
Oh, sorry.
I said just like a lamp.
Yeah, lamp on my bed. So I organize everything with this, with one hand and camera in another hand. So we don't really know what where we doing. Because maybe now you can go to the bathroom, and that how is Tiene Miedo built. Much improvisation, too much ideas in the moment, and then I edited it, and the people like it. Obviously a few friends, maybe the same friend who came to the Pasco 637 and my mother, my mother's friend. So, after that, it was in 2002. I mean, 20 years ago, almost 20 years ago. Then a guy called me, a director, that he wanted to shoot a horror movie, and he needed a script. He asked me for to write a script, a horror movie, low budget, a few locations, a few actors, low budget. And I took my original short movie and said, well, the people like it. It was my second exercise. Tiene Miedo was my second exercise when I've been studying in the university. I wrote it, mixing with another situation that I had in the same place, in my room, in my bed. And the situation was when my neighbor been remodeling the house. So all the mornings at 8 a.m., maybe 7:30, they were making noises in the wall.
Okay.
We used in Argentina, in South America, we used to have the houses separated with walls, not a big gap like in America. So
Okay.
another house for my neighbor, we separate with them with a wall, concrete wall. So if he is fucking with his wife through the wall, so something like this is that happened with Terrifier, the origin of Terrifier, the noises of my neighbor in the morning. So I thought the idea of the scene of the blah 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 blah, and so I joined the two ideas, the original short movie and the situation of my neighbor. And I grew terrified. After that, the director who asked me to grow something, they didn't use of the script, so he didn't make the movie. So I've been trying to go ahead with the movie during 8 years with a lot of producers. And then, so 4 years ago, I get the opportunity to shoot Terrified. So Tiene Miedo is one of the scenes of Terrified with the same actor, Demián Solomon, who made the same role than in the scene. The role is Walter. He's the guy who has the pale man beside the bed. He's carrying the knife. He opened the wardrobe. The same character, 16 years after shoot the original short movie. The same actor and the same scene is so similar.
Yeah, very crazy. Okay, all right. So as far as with some of the scenes here, you were just touching on the pale man there. As far as with some of those scenes, what was your inspiration? You've mentioned doing some illustrations and drawings. How did you come up with some of the creepier imagery in Terrified?
Well, I think the inspiration were all of the movies that I saw during the 80s and the 90s. I grew Terrified, and after that I draw some moments of the movie. I sketched the pale man. I sketched the situation in the bathroom with the girl. But it was after that I grew. The inspiration didn't came from another artist. It came for a few movies that it was my target for this movie. It was one of these. It was Poltergeist. Another was The Entities. Yeah. I think both movies. The Entities, because for this idea of something invisible is haunting or is making at the house, and the investigation of this monster. I love that movie, and Poltergeist obviously is a real connection with Terrifying, things that is moving around the houses. But even I'm not a director as a writer, who are trying to make an imitation of this. Obviously, there in the horror movie, there's maybe it's hard to find an original idea. Maybe I don't want to say everything is already done, but I used to try to give something fresh, something new in the oldest ideas.
Okay.
That was I've been trying to do in Terrify. So I say, well, I'm targeting to the Poltergeist movie. When I wrote it, it wasn't the paranormal events movies in like a fashion. I mean, after I wrote Terrify, it came Paranormal Activity.
All right.
It came the Conjuring, and then but when I thought Terrified, I've been thinking we need a Paranormal Activities movie like Poltergeist. I didn't think in the newest wave that we are really now. I mean, Stranger Things, or maybe the movie that are now in the mouth of everything.
Yeah, okay. And I can say, I mean, as far as with like the Paranormal Activities, anybody that ever mentions that movie, I mentioned Terrified. So I'm like, look, okay, you saw those, but if you watch Terrified, you're gonna have a lot more fun with that. a lot better done. So I'm not gonna dig into that. But no, I definitely I prefer Terrified. Just a lot of the, I think it's almost the atmosphere, as opposed to some of the things that are going on or some of the things that are said. There's just a genuine dread through Terrified every time that I've watched it that doesn't get old. So it's a fun one to recommend to friends that may have not have seen it.
Thank you. I'm counting on you because I need more people like you recommending Terrified.
Certainly. Now, as far as working with, and I might correct me on this last name here, Bruno, is it Giacob?
Jacobe. Yeah. He's
Okay.
he's now in the chat of the
Yeah, right here. Yeah.
So I say hello to Bruno Jacobe.
How's it
He's a very tall guy, very thin, and he gave us the presence of the monster was really scary when he was in the set. It was so physic. I don't know if I said well, but
physical.
Physical situation of him, because I need when I was shooting Terrified, well, I need the leg of him here, and the Marcos Berta, who is the guy who made his makeup. But only the leg, really. Yes, because Bruno needed 6 hours for the makeup, and it was strange because 6 hours because it was full body makeup, not only the head. So
right,
the makeup artist needed all the day to make to do the makeup in all the body, even the hands. Because he was naked, almost naked. I don't know. He was asleep. but yeah, so he said, only the leg. Yes, only the leg. Because and now what? I need the hand and I need the head. Only the hand and the But it was 7 days of 24 or 25. That we needed to make the full body makeup with him. And it was it was great because just about what I thought when I grow it, what he really gave me, and I think he gave me that I thought. I thought this, and Bruno gave me that I thought. It was hard because it was so the situation were so millimetrical moments to the display through the set, in his operations. When he came, and the real makeup. You didn't saw the real makeup of him, because all the time Bruno was in like a blur, out of focus.
Okay, right.
All the time. So, and it happened the same with the monster on the end of the movie. The monster who came from the wall and goes to the camera. It was a lot of work for Marcos Berto, for the art makeup artist, with model, with the prosthetic elements, and even I think it was 6 or 7 hours to do the makeup of the body of the actor. But it was out of focus. It was in the blur.
Right.
Because when he came through the camera, he came to the focus on the camera, and it was a really excellent makeup. Yeah, really good monster. I have the shots, but I didn't include the shot of the monster in focus in the movie. I don't know why. When I've been editing the things, I said I don't need the monster in focus in the movie. I feel better if he's out of the focus. I don't know why, but I feel it was a good point in the movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
We gave to the audience to imagine the rest. Sometimes it works and sometimes no. Maybe if I'm working for a big studio, the producer said, "Well, I pay for my monster. I want to see my monster in my movie, so put it in focus." Shit, I will kill you. But I have the chance to get it out of focus.
Yeah. Well, and I mean that gives another element, I think, as far as, allowing the audience to have the imagination. There was still enough to where you see and what it is that's going on, but without it being fully in your face. There's different movies where they give you, I think, just enough to where it's satisfying, and then your brain starts working a little bit, and you're like, oh man, what the hell is this thing? I gotta start putting little pieces, maybe rewind it back and look at it a little bit closer. But as far as working with Bruno, do you think his physicality really brought something that wasn't there, maybe even on the script, that you had in mind for that character?
No. Do you mean if I've been needing something more? That is your question. Sorry for my translation. It's not.
No. That's okay. I just mean as far as as far as when you're writing the script, maybe what were things that Bruno brought that you didn't initially see from writing the character that you liked about his performance?
No, like I said, I think he gave me what I draw. He gave me what I've been looking for in my script and my storyboard. So I used to draw my own storyboard. In Terrify, it was a really similar to my storyboard. So no, he gave me maybe he gave me the something more real,
Okay.
Yeah, that it gave me. So and the casting for him, it was so targeted. I mean, I've been looking for a guy who is thin guy and tall guy, and so it was easy for me after to find him, his physically, to find him, to use him, to put in the
Yeah.
picture. It was like
Okay.
I wrote.
Okay. Okay. Got you. When I mentioned or when I said physicality, I just meant as far as, when you see him as the character and he's crunched under the bed, or he's in the not a closet, but with the clothes hanging and he's kind of hunched over. It looked like there was moments where it was very physical for that character.
Yeah, all the time was really physically, and he is a tall man. Maybe his movements are not so flowing, you know.
Mm.
And sometimes we were using him like a puppet because I was with the shot, and I need to appear maybe a second and maybe 2 centimeters from a side. And maybe it was strange because maybe it was the behind him was Marcos Berta pushing his hand. No, not him.
Oh.
So Marcos Berta
Oh,
pushing
wow. Okay.
Bruno's hand. It's okay here? Yeah. And all the time was like this. So help him to reach the movie that I wanted. So sometime maybe after the 6th day that we were too hurry to shoot because not enough time to shoot. I need that to Marcos move the leg of Bruno to 1 meter to there. Thank you. Something like that. It was funny. It was funny. Yeah.
Okay.
No, no
Nice.
explanation to the actors in that moment. No, no, no to explanation to the actor. Move the leg to the. It was funny. And maybe sometimes he were he was in the floor. So we need to. Okay, we have the head near the camera. We need the foot in the camera. So came a few assistants and took Bruno and turned Bruno in the air to the camera. So you can imagine it, almost 2 meters tall. It was funny. It was funny all the time. That moment. I don't know now when I think about it, it's funny. But when I was shooting. It was very stressful because there's no more time. There's not enough time to do the movie.
Yeah, okay, okay. And now there's been mention too as far as that you're looking to remake it. Is that still something that's coming into fruition, or has that been kind of aside with all the pandemic and such?
Actually, now it's aside with the pandemic. I don't really know. The guy from Fairlight is the studio who's developing the remake. I am the director. Guillermo del Toro is producing the remake. But still, we are in pause since February past year. So the pandemic pushed the project aside. We are waiting to know what happened with the theater there in the States. So
Okay,
because Starlight is a studio who depend a lot of the cinema.
sure.
Starlight is not Netflix. They needed the cinema working, fully working. But a few weeks ago, my manager called me that the studios wanted to start again. But I don't really know when because the pandemic is I don't know the situation now in the States really.
Okay, yeah.
Um, but I suppose I'm hoping to shoot a movie the next year. I'm waiting for that. But the
Wow.
pandemic
Yeah. Well,
stopped me really because in past May, the month of May, past month, it's supposed I should to be working the casting. So and it's supposed now in this moment it's the moment that I'm ending the post-production of Terrified. But so you can imagine it, that stopped me. But I think there's a lot of directors and producers who are stopped in there in the States, more even with the studios.
yeah.
I
Right.
both
Right.
have.
Okay, yeah, and I don't want to dig too much as far as I know. There's a lot still with development and different things like that. But I was just wondering if that was still something that was kind of going, or but yeah, that's gonna be sweet too. I'm excited to see what's new to come with the project. So that'll be awesome. Very
Yeah,
exciting.
this is a good chance for me to show Terrified to the big audience. Terrified is still, I think, and I feel is still in underground. I think it's not all the people in the world have the chance to see Terrified. Uh,
Mm,
by one hand, it's because it's an Argentinian movie and a Spanish movie. On the other hand, we couldn't uh, get a very good distribution in cinemas, and
mm.
we are in Netflix now, but non-English spoken. And by
Okay.
another hand, we have the Shudder channel in the English language for
Yeah,
all
that
English.
yeah, that's where I saw it was in Shutter. So Shutter has really put me onto a lot of cool stuff that I possibly might not have seen. So I'm really grateful for having something like that, and I'm really appreciative just because there are a lot of movies and different content that I may not have been able to see or even know that I'm thankful for. So it's cool to have those
Yeah.
types of things other than I still love the theater, and if I can go out and if I can support something like that, but Shutter's cool.
Yeah, I would love to have Shutter here in Argentina, but they are uh, by the moment only in English spoken countries. So
Yeah.
I
Okay.
would love
Okay.
to
Got you.
have Shutter.
Sure. Sure. Okay. It's an interesting point that you had mentioned too, as far as with I believe you're talking about the Last Gateway and mentioning not shooting in a native language and kind of having to add a little bit more of a stress. Do you think that's something sometimes not with that movie, but with other things that it kind of takes a little bit of the actor's mindset as far as paying attention to the role, but then having to take on speaking a different language? Is that something that you think is a difficulty added?
You mean specifically with the Last Gateway,
I
or
no, not that, because I'm trying to think. There was a movie recently that I was watching, and I just started this whole conversation now. I'm trying to think of what it was, but it was something where you could tell that English wasn't the native language, and it almost kind of was taking away from their performance. It was one of those things where my interest, I would rather just read the subtitles and hear like their native language as opposed to having to translate and verbalizing things.
hmm. I don't really know.
No.
Mm,
Okay.
I don't really know. No, no. So I have my experience with the Last Gateway, the actors speaking another language.
Hmm.
The experience was not good. I mean, I prefer if I made that movie in Spanish, maybe it was probably I will get better look. But the
Yeah.
moment when I made it, the horror movie here in Argentina wasn't. It was like if I made it in Spanish, the audience and the critics Maybe they probably spit. They don't like it. Don't like it. But I don't know. I don't really know. Actually, I'm a director who speak English like a shit, and I'm developing a movie in English. And if I have luck, I will shoot a movie with my actors. Gonna be from the States. I will direct in another language that is not mine. So it's not my culture. It's not my mode of speak, mode of flow, my language, my communication.
Sure.
So, but this is a challenge for me. I'm hoping to have a better result than in the last game with that.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I think that's a good way to look at it too, and a good point of saying, that it's a challenge and it's something to, to take on and overcome and take a bite out of it and move on.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, maybe I've been thinking a lot. Well, when I hear a Spanish actor, I can hear and I can feel a lot of levels of his performance. Maybe when I hear an English actor, I could find not a lot of level of his performance, and I really know about that because I'm not in English. I'm not from the States. My culture is here. Maybe I know the state is more exaggerating. The people speaking is more exaggerating than in South America. The communication is different. So I'm thinking I would try to learn more about that. Maybe living in the States a few months before shooting. And I hope in that, because if I need to change, I need to make some change in the performance of my actor. I need to know why. I need to feel that. I need to know to ask. That is my challenge for the future.
Yeah. Okay. And I don't want it to mean, or to come across as it's a discredit to the actor, but it's a different challenge to take on, trying to portray emotion, through possibly a different language that, you're saying something, but you might not necessarily, you're trying to portray it and it might not be coming off. There's just different examples. I'll have to send you a couple of videos of what it is I'm talking about, I guess. Is it certainly not a discredit. I just think sometimes, where it's like studios are saying, yeah, you need to put this in English, or you need to just leave it be. We can just anybody reading a different language, just use subtitles and you get the whole performance there, I think. I appreciate that. So lastly here, I wanted to ask you about, so we touched on this in the beginning, you playing guitar in a band here. In English, it's Pasco 637. How is it pronounced?
Similar. Pasco 637.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It's an address. This is an address of my grandmother's house, because she was a woman who in his house, a lot of bands from the 60s in the west of Buenos Aires play rock in her house.
Oh, nice.
My father has a band, and in the backyard, in the backyard of his house, he has a build, and they made a place for playing his band, Beatles songs, all of that stuff
Okay.
on that time,
Sure.
and all the time, and well, from her house, um, a lot of famous musicians from here, from Argentina, passed from her house
Oh, wow.
and
Okay.
played in her house. And my grandmother was really a rocker woman. He was 95 years old, and he liked it. She liked it to meet with my friends, and she paid for the meals, and she paid for maybe for the drinks. We used to watch porn movies, and she was with us watching porn movies. Yeah, so she was a really rock star. And we
Okay.
played with my band with Batco 637 in her house during 10 years, no, 6 years, playing in the back of his house, heavy metal with a low volume, and she loved that, So it's like well, our band has the name of his house for her,
Okay.
for his address. It's very, very important for us.
Sure. Okay. What can you tell us about your first guitar? Where did that start?
Yeah, well, she brought me my first guitar. So
Okay.
you know the important, and she paid my guitar classes. And my first guitar was Ibanez Silver K, Silver K.
Okay.
It was a cheaper Ibanez guitar, but very good starter guitar.
Sure. What were some after getting that guitar, what were some songs or maybe albums that you set sights to that you wanted to play along with?
Well, when I started to play guitar, I have um, long hair, buckles. I don't know how to say in English, but twisted hair,
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
and I was a Slash. I was a Slash in my when I was young. I think the first songs that I learned was maybe "Don't Cry" or "Civil War," all the Guns N' Roses
Mm.
stuff of that time.
Oh, wow. Okay. You dove right in then.
Now, if I'm still
No,
playing,
no. I say you dove right into playing, Guns N' Roses and some as opposed to a couple of chords. You dove right into playing some good stuff then.
yeah, well, but always I love to play. I love the blues also, and I
Oh,
love
okay.
Steve Ray Vaughan, and now I'm playing Steve Ray Vaughan's songs with my guitar, and at the same time we are playing Megadeth songs with my band. That
Oh,
is
nice.
I'm
Okay.
between of both music, also heavy metal music and blues
Hmm.
for guitar, like Steve Ray Vaughan.
Okay. Okay. Now, who you mentioned Slash and even Stevie Ray Vaughan playing right now, but were those a couple of your inspirations when you were learning to play guitar, or did you have others from Megadeth or Metallica, others that were inspirations of yours?
Well, the really inspiration for to play the guitar was Jorge Capello. He was the guitar player of my father band.
Oh,
So he
wow.
used to
Okay.
came to my house with his Fender Stratocaster, and play blues and play some hard rock songs. I used to be like an idiot watching him. He was my first inspiration, really first inspiration. And the famous guy, yeah, it was Slash. It was Slash with his solos.
Yeah.
Well, after that, there's a lot. You know, I'm a heavy metal guitar player, so it's suppose I have a lot of inspiration, a guitar player.
It.
But my first inspiration was Slash and also Steve Ray Vaughan for the famous. But the real inspiration was Jorge Capello, a friend of my family.
Love that. Love that. If you could have a dream show, okay, so a dream concert, and your band is playing with 3 other bands of your choosing, who would you guys play with?
It's hard, but I think I used to. It's like a movie. Which is your favorite movie? Well, I will tell you something about my childness, or when I was a child in the 80s, because emotionally give me love. I don't know, give me something that the newest didn't gave me. Maybe the best band for me at the moment that I would love to play with them maybe is Symphony X. Probably, yeah. Okay. But if you ask me, okay, but if you prefer to play with Megadeth, yes, I prefer to play with Megadeth. If you prefer to play with Guns N' Roses, yeah, I prefer to play with Guns N' Roses, obviously. That's 2 bands. Maybe I should to put in the list one from here called Hermetica. Hermetica is a heavy metal band from here. It's there's no more playing, but they are still alive. So maybe if I call them to play with them, maybe say, oh yeah, obviously.
Yeah. Do a reunion, huh?
The reunion. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. I like that. I like that. You said it's called Hermetica?
Hermetica. It's like Hermetica. Yeah.
Okay. I'll message it because I'd like to check that out. I'd like to hear that as far as what it is. Check it out online there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, this has been absolutely awesome. I still have one finale question for you, but this is your opportunity just to let everybody know if you have some people that you want to say hi to, or you want to, give some tips or anything like that, or tell people to sit their asses down so we can get over this. This is your opportunity.
Well, so I have to think to say one for the filmmakers that to do what you feel, and you need to understand that your career is for a long time. It's for long. And another is for the audience, maybe to ask them to follow a filmmaker who had an idea or something fresh for the movies, and that is what it came from by now in my head, to just try to find original things in the movies and follow the filmmaker who made that.
I like that. I love that. That's one thing. I'm not huge into social media. I don't really do a whole lot with it, but with this page, that's one thing that is, I have really grown to appreciate about it, is the fact of being able to get in touch with you amongst, others, that are filmmakers, different people that are involved in music, bands that I listen to. It's such a cool opportunity. And it really is, for a horror fan or for a fan of film, it's a cool time to be alive for opportunities like this, to just be able to, make a comment and say, hey, I loved your movie. This was really cool. Thank you. And, every once in a while somebody comments back and says something. So that is cool. And, it's certainly, it's huge that you took the opportunity today and took the time. So, once again, thank you very much. And this has been great.
Okay, Eric. So thank you for open the window and give me the chance to be in your place with you with one of my favorite movie that I thought is Critters
Ah,
and The
yeah.
Exorcist, both of them. And well, now I like the chance. I used to refuse the interviews in English because sometimes it's not my English, it's not my language. It's hard for me to speak in English more than in this year. That no, I'm okay. I say okay. Let's go ahead,
Yeah.
and I appreciate to the chance to share me with your people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I mean, what a great time. You know, that's one of the cool things with this is being able. You know, aside from something like this, I might not have ever been able to meet you from being so far away, but it's a cool thing to be able to connect with someone like that and have this opportunity. So very fun. I'm glad that you said yes.
Thank you, very. Thank you.
All right. I've got this one finale here that I'm going to throw by you, all right? And I'm going to see where this is going to go. So, kind of taking in your interest of horror movies and your career making movies and playing in a band. This is my finale for you, okay? So, you're cast to star in a movie, okay? You're not going to direct here. You're going to star in a movie. And it's going to be about you and your band traveling, and you have to fight off some sort of monsters or zombies or anything like that that you want. What three famous musicians do you want in your band?
Okay.
And what monsters are you guys going to fight off while you're out on tour?
Okay. Dead people. Could I say dead people in my
Yeah.
band?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. One of him is Steve Ray Vaughan.
Okay.
Uh, yeah. Maybe Bon Scott
Okay.
and another guy could be. So I need a drummer. Yeah, and a bassist. But maybe Bon Scott, Steve Ray Vaughan, maybe another guy could be Jimmy Page or yeah, Jimmy Page. I should be the third guitarist here. I don't like the band who has three guitars. But okay, yeah, Bon Scott and Jimmy Page playing the bass. And
Nice.
the monsters. Okay,
What are you going to fight
it
off?
could be. It could be Jason, obviously. I will fight with them, or they're gonna be part of the band drinking with us.
No, you have to fight them off as you're on tour there.
Okay. And I think if we get some water, I will ask for a shark from Shaw, the Spielberg movie.
Oh,
I love
nice.
these monsters. This monster, obviously, Jason Borges. I need to fight with him in my tour, and it probably Freddy Krueger also, yeah, too.
Okay.
Because he was my hero in my when I was a child. So
I love that. I love it. Gonna go on tour with some huge names and fight off some sharks and Jason Voorhees and Freddy.
yeah, just give me some water for the shark
Love it.
to fight with
Awesome.
him.
This look, Demián, this has been absolutely amazing, man. Thank you so much once again. I appreciate it, and I look forward to what you have coming up soon, man.
Okay, man. Thank you. See, so we're gonna be connected.
Yep. So I'll disconnect this. I'm gonna have this all edited, and it will be on my YouTube page. I can send you a link as well, and
Oh,
it'll
great.
be all edited and have the full thing on YouTube as well.
Okay. Thank you, Eric.
Absolutely. You take care. Lo-Fi Horror Guy, my dude Demián Rugna. Check out Terrified. Take care, man. He's a lo-fi horror guy. Yeah, he's kind of a guy, but he is so lo-fi, lo-fi a horror guy. Yeah. Lo-fi horror guy has been recorded in front of a live studio audience.